Peace and love, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host with the most, Kush Tucker, coming live and direct in full effect with my co-host,
Mike L. Peace and love.
And today's special guest is Shano Xavier. How you doing today, brother?
Yeah, pretty smooth. How about you guys?
Man, excellent, man.
Great to have you here.
Great to have you here, G. Today, Shano Xavier is promoting his new song, FLEK.
Yes, sir.
Let's get straight into it. Let's not even play with it.
Looked at my reflection, I am sexy. Full of life, that's how I fueled myself when I was empty. Wasn't with the giving up, cause none of y'all could get me like, who the fuck actually goes to Arby's and the Wendy's and be like a schmack? Looking at the mirror and I'm like, damn, I kinda like a swag. Looking at the mirror and I'm like, damn, he looking like a snack. Looking at the mirror, it took me years to finally like him back. And now they wanna go and do some. I was in a room some nights going too dumb. I was gonna say something nice but we moved on. Wasn't gonna stay cause we fight but we cool now. I was gonna say something nice but we cool. Like the other side of pillows. I ain't with the talk but was smoking chitter Jill Scott. I ain't want the box, I think two outside a beer couch. They was out here living but I'm living what I be about. They just wanna take it from museums and I'm Basquiat. City where Jim Jones giving out punch like Pacquiao. Nigga, I was dead broken and they don't wanna keep it open for a nigga who outspoken. One word, I'm too focused. You driving while it's foggy, no defrost, I'm good. Look at what we brought in. Just got brand new floors. Leave your shoes at the door. Cause I love you the long way and life's too short. No communication is a problem. I ain't with no contact just to get back my voice. I was silent too long. Put my happiness in people who gone. Wasn't really feeling my environment. I lost my me time living out fantasies with people who was taking too long. Put my happiness in people
Download
who
that, stream that.
Better and better.
So tell them where they can find it at. Tell them where.
Everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you consume music, it should be there. I'm sure everybody.
Yeah.
It's so flexible. Everywhere is everywhere.
Okay. And what's the name of the tune? I want to make sure that
FLEK, all caps F.
Yeah, really out here getting it. One time and niggas acting ignorant. They don't understand us cause our pigment. I was raised in cold conditions. They can only see me as a figment. I guess it's back to dropping jaws, shark bait, always being different. Guess my life was up to y'all, my music wasn't hitting. I gotta be single for a while, not with women. I guess it's up to me to be the ghost, stop pretending. I arrived and I know God take attendance.
Eventually I'm gonna get into album mode. I feel like now, as an artist, I'm trying to work on more consistency. Just to get my name out there a little bit more, and to get my own like routines and discipline down.
Oh, nah, that's real. That's
I
real.
feel you on that.
Nah, you got to definitely have it where you're doing it consecutively.
Yeah,
Where you building like a good machine around yourself.
facts.
And like once you have, like you say, that consistency, you get that's your roadmap to be, okay, I'm doing this at this time, and then okay, this date, I got a performance this date, doing a podcast. You know, just staying consistent with doing the work.
Yeah, no, facts. Just because, too, like, with the whole process, like, I'm learning the whole process thing right now. Like, mainly I, like, produce everything, mix and master. So I'm just at the crib doing it, just learning all the tricks of the trade.
Yeah,
so if I do collaborate, I can, like, you know what I'm saying, know the verbiage and stuff. Because sometimes, like, from the past, I was, like, I was telling people, like, oh, hey, can you turn that up? Like, bruh, it's peaking, bruh. Shit is on red. Like, I was like, dang. So now I'm starting to learn verbiage and how to, like, operate, you know what I'm saying, projects.
Every industry has a language.
Facts.
Nah, that's real. Nah, respect. You nah, for real. You're supposed to move like that.
I seen a video like that where it was like he made like a funny video. Dude was like making fun of like rappers trying to like learn like the producer language. And like, hey man, can you turn up the amplifier? Is that amplified enough?
Yeah.
Did you amplify it? And he was like, man, just all you rappers, bro. He was like, basically the video trying to say like, y'all just tell me like just give me like a description of what you want, bro. Stop trying to use the actual terminology.
I ain't gonna cap though. Some of these engineers know though, bro. Like, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? Tweak that. You know how we, like, especially like artists, you know how we say language but without saying the full sentence?
Yeah,
like, turn that thing up right there to make it look, you feel me? Like, and people will be like, oh, yup, I already know what it is. Like, hey, people know what it is.
It definitely is who you're working with.
Yeah,
it's who you're working with.
Nah, it is.
That's who you're working with.
Whoever can speak the language.
Yeah.
Man, the song is really deep though, bro. Like,
Appreciate
it sounds like very self-reflective.
Yeah.
In a way, what was the inspiration behind it?
I have like, my songwriting process as of lately has been more interpersonal.
Okay.
So I've been trying to figure out, I was just talking to Mike about this, like trying to move more intentionally with my music. Because I know, like, especially with the responsibility we have, there's a lot of saturation going on as far as, like, just hit records and stuff. And, like, I was just like, you know what? I'm I'm gonna hone it down to like what I can do to, you know what I'm saying, to reflect better within my art.
Correct.
So I did these journal entries that kind of, it's like a practice within where it's just like there's no, this is you, it's free balling. So it's kind of just like you write down what you write down, you just let that stuff flow. So
Yeah.
and so I've been trying to get into that. And
So you don't direct it, you just allow it to come out.
would it get from the start of the beat? Like usually I make the beats first, but like usually
you
from the
made that
first
beat?
made that beat too. Yeah.
Oh, bro, that beat cold.
Yo,
yeah.
Beat cold, bro.
Yeah, everything
I
from
didn't-
scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You on some young J. Cole shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I ain't trying. You doing it.
No, you doing it. Nah,
Facts.
for real.
Facts. So
No,
I've
the
been,
mix, the mix down is
Yeah,
excellent.
it's excellent, bro. I'm for
Appreciate
sure for to come to you for the mixing and some beats, bro.
I appreciate it. No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, like the beat, I thought you got that like off of YouTube, like a Timberland like beat.
Nah,
It sound like some Timberland shit.
Nah, that's off the rip. That's,
Bro, that's
you know what
hard.
I'm saying?
That's
yeah.
hard,
Good,
bro.
man.
Yeah.
Your Jim Jones and Pacquiao. That was just yeah, that was cold. That was left right.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta sprinkle that in there. It's like you on the flow.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta like that line too. I don't even know. I couldn't even.
How many people even know who Jim Jones is anymore?
Exactly.
So you like that went back.
No, crazy story is like the reason I don't even know why that popped in my head, but like my auntie, she's from the city, San Francisco in the Bay, and from I don't even know what year, but she was like, yeah, like when Jim Jones was doing that stuff, he actually came to the high schools like recruiting for
Totally.
the church. So like it was when my aunties and dads there. So like I was just like, dang, that's just crazy. Like, and I think some of her friends actually went on the Jamestown, right? Jamestown trip.
Yeah,
And,
totally.
like, yeah, so she was like, I know people who went. So
Hey
that's
man,
crazy.
and see that's what life is about, bro. Like that's what I really truly become more grateful about, having like relatives or like just anyone that knows you from when you was like little,
Facts.
but especially anyone older like auntie or your father, your mother still in your life, because they can tell you those stories like firsthand. Like, man, I seen that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
This is what really happened.
yeah, you ain't got to hear it in no news clip or a documentary. You can hear it out the horse's mouth. Like, yo, nah, this is how it really went down. Because they'll try to feel me muck up some shit in the news or something, film me in documents. Like, feel
Well, you know,
people
it's-
that was really there in the neighborhood living over there, they would be like, nah, nigga, this is
Was either
what shit was
pretty
really
it
looking
up.
like.
Well, you know they got to pretty it up.
Yeah.
They got to pretty it up.
No, facts. We just talking about that. You know what I'm
they
saying?
gotta- it's just the system, man. They got to pretty it up.
Nah,
you
my
know.
favorite saying for that is, putting syrup on shit, calling it pancakes. Yeah. Yummy, yum.
But I ain't gonna cap. Like nowadays, they don't really put it like, you know what I'm saying? All the information. That's why it's artist responsibility, because all the information is through media. It's not really like nobody's turning on the news no more. Like y'all, I don't know, niggas
Nah.
watch TV anymore.
Nah, totally.
Nah, it's rare. It's like a rare amount of people that really watch the news, I feel like.
Yeah. Because it's like you choose your station, and that's like your party.
The older generation really more so looks at it, I see.
I feel you. Like if you look at Fox News or CNN, it's not just looking at the news. It's whatever political parties and people follow that station.
It's formulated.
Yeah.
And the internet is just all the information is like your free of choice, but that's dangerous because there's some fake shit out there too.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I seen some people post Morgan Freeman was dead one time, and I was like, oh
Stop playing
man.
on Morgan Freeman.
I was like, this is terrible. I was
They
like,
need to stop playing.
and then once I investigated, it was a total hoax. I said, this shit ain't funny,
They
bro.
need to stop playing on.
Like, don't do that, man.
Man, they said Eminem died one time on Instagram.
Yeah.
Twitter, I was like, God damn.
So I'm less likely to believe stuff now because I'm like, well, let me research.
That's
it
why I
first.
didn't believe when they said Draco died. When I woke up the morning and it was like Draco died, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I was like, nigga, just go out like that? I was like, that's some fucked up shit. Like,
No, totally.
bro was living good at the height of his career. I'm like, damn.
And it's sad you got to hear about it through, some of the families hear about it through social media too.
Yeah.
So it's just like that sucks kind of sense.
Well, everywhere you go, people mostly look into their phones. You know.
Yeah, it's a world.
It's hard for people to keep conversations nowadays. Like, people always got their head in their phone for sure.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's just where it's moving to. It's already there.
Yeah.
So I mean, we ain't going back.
I feel you.
We ain't going back. So we gotta go forward.
Nah, I feel you. I mean, I don't know. Post COVID, I think people are trying to get outside a little bit more, but yeah, I feel like it's a point of no return with the technology stuff, to be honest. Because even like restaurants and stuff, they gonna start having like AI motherfuckers serve you at the restaurant.
Hey man, I went and sat at like a Tom's Burger and like got the little breakfast special, and it's
Right.
a little robot who brought me my meal.
Stop playing.
And a Tom's.
Stop playing
And
already.
that's not like a McDonald's. That's a smaller chain, I think, just here in California. And for real, little robot brought me the little meal. I was like, ooh,
That's crazy. I didn't know it was at times.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's already here.
So yeah, it's here.
already here,
It's
man.
here. I seen another one sweeping in Walmart one day. I was
Like
like,
the little
wow.
rumbas.
Yeah, it was like some little square thing that went around picking up spills and all of that.
I'm gonna give me an R2D2.
You know, you know.
Lightsaber.
You saying
No,
the
for real
lightsaber.
though. You don't need both.
Then next is the spaceship.
That lightsaber got to be 4 inches or less though if you carry it on the street. You feel
They
me?
might tell the nigga 2 inches. Like, nigga, it's not even a lightsaber no more. Nigga, it's a dagger. Like, sir, it's a laser sword.
Yeah,
I'm weak.
it's a laser nonetheless. You know?
It's like, it's for my cat, bro. Look at that.
Oh, God.
Nah, so you were telling us more motivations for your bars in the song, because that's what we really found. We really listened to your song a lot of times because we were like, okay, we like how it start too, because it's like James Brown starting on the one, boom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
It's
right
hard
there.
to do.
Yeah.
That's difficult to do. I got maybe like 3 or 4 songs like that, and it's always difficult to cue in on recording that type of song.
Yeah, and he's got to put that metronome on, and like for me, I do that because attention spans.
Yeah.
It's like I love build up beats like with old school music. You notice how like they ride the beat for like 2 minutes after they take out. It's like church. They take out the sample. It's just drums. Like
Totally.
I wish we get back to that, but for now, like that's what I'm saying with the singles.
Well, do
it's
it.
kinda-
Do it.
Oh no,
Just do
album.
it.
And that's what I'm
People that
saying.
got
When
the
we,
attention span for it to listen, and people that don't,
yeah, now I'm supposed to.
miss out. Like, they ain't
totally.
gonna hear the whole song.
No, that's facts. It's gonna get there though. No, I definitely have some stuff like that. With the singles, it's mainly like, especially if it's because I'm keen on like first impressions. So it's almost like if like you passing out CDs or something back in the day, and you play the first song and it's just like that.
Yeah.
And I already got you like that.
Like,
then
you
honestly-
got the capping right away.
No,
That-
totally.
exactly.
Nah, totally.
the spitting. Feel me? It feels like you dive into the verse literally.
Yeah, facts. Trying to like, and then I'm trying to like trim the fat too. So like, I think honestly, I probably had more stuff written to that, and I just chopped it, and I'm just like, I'm starting to get in the mode of like, just put the best shit
Yeah.
from beginning to end.
Nah,
Like
totally.
if it's hooks all the way through, it's gonna be hooks all the way through. Like make it as catchy as possible. So it's like an exercise that we trying to do. So
As long as it
You
rises
also
to
made
the
it
beat.
easy to follow too.
facts.
The bars was easy to follow.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
so,
because like
nah.
it like I be that's a hard balance. Cause
No, I
you know,
know.
like,
That's what I
On your
mentioned.
harmonizing part,
Yeah.
it's kind of reminding me of like that old school, like Justin Timberlake.
oh yeah, I'm glad you picked up on that because
On
I
the
ain't gonna
harmonizing
cap.
part, I mean, like I told you, the beat sound like Timberland. Like, so it took me back to like that 2002 Justin Timberlake. Not the 2006 Justin where he came out with that other album. That one's cool too. I like that
Nah, I
album.
feel you.
But I'm talking about the other one that really like got him popping first.
Yeah.
Like got him out there.
That's facts. Honestly, like I wouldn't say JT's like a direct influence, but I ain't gonna cap. When I was younger, I wasn't allowed to listen to rap music for like a certain amount of period of time. So I only got NSYNC CDs, bruh.
Okay.
And then my mama finally got me Good Shit I Trying was my first rap album I ever got.
Nah, I
so
feel you.
like I don't know, that's some
That's
deep
tight.
subconscious shit because it's not like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do JT like, but that was probably from way back. That's
But no,
crazy.
that's the beautiful thing about like the influence of all music.
Yeah,
you know, you
next.
can get influenced by anybody. Like
Yeah,
shit,
totally.
I get influenced by what's that brother name? Is it Codwell? What you won't do for love?
Oh, Bobby Caldwell.
Yeah, Bobby Caldwell.
Bobby Caldwell.
So like I got influence from him. Like a lot of artists like that Marvin Gaye. You
Yeah,
know, like
thanks.
feel me? Like I feel like you pull influence from wherever you like music from, and then you make something similar. Just 'cause
Exactly.
that's what life is. We kind of copy each other.
Yeah.
But put our own twang on it, like you said earlier.
Yeah, there's nothing
true.
new under the sun.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing new under the sun.
I feel like too. I mean, with hip hop, is always like, I feel like that's where the soul came from. Is like we're able to pull from like the universes of
Yeah.
of our own cultural influence and mold them to a pot to something new. But like I feel like now, in this new day and age, like it's accessible because of the internet.
Yeah,
That's why
definitely.
people be hating on like a white dude from the suburbs and he coming out sounding like a hip hop dude, and they're just like, oh no, it's cultural appropriation. It's like, yeah, but at the end of the day, like
Look at his influence.
Like-
what did he grow up listening
grew
to?
up on hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's just like we're
It's a
here,
It's a
we're
two-edged
here now.
sword. It's a two-edged sword.
You
You
can't
can't.
really say it's
yeah.
appropriation if that's what he grew up listening to.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
And then
I was-
people, I think from the media, bro, people get confused and think that every white person is rich.
facts.
Like comes
Yeah.
from like the suburbs. Every white person don't live rich. There's
Yeah.
actually more poor white people in America than any other race. There's more
Thanks.
white people in the county right now, at least in California.
Yeah. So assumptions might be.
Yeah, just like they think
Yeah.
Africa poor because all they show you is African children that's skinny with big bellies and shit, and
flies on
hungry,
them.
flies on them.
Yeah.
She'll be like, "Oh, Africa, I ain't going to Africa. Africa look like it's poor." Nigga, like, nah.
But it's overwhelmingly rich.
It's
like
overwhelming.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Kings and queens, that's what I'm saying.
You know?
And that's what I'm saying. It's media formulated where we come up with our own stereotypes.
Yeah.
But it's hard to explain to people. It's just like, it's like with hip hop, you got to maneuver. That's why I like the subgenres and stuff right now, just because the door is open and the opportunities are open. So I like that aspect of it.
Yeah.
And then we just got to work on the intention base. I don't mind a delusion because I feel like we can still run this shit for years on out. But it's just like
Oh no, hip
intention.
hop got the world in a headlock.
Headlock right now.
Yeah, headlock. It ain't going nowhere.
But I could tell some shit is getting diluted, like from just higher up type shit, where it's just like.
But that's always gonna
trying-
happen.
Yeah,
That's always gonna happen. But what ends up happening is, as the darkness rises, so does the light. It's a balance.
fuck with that.
It's no way either side can win. It's always going. The universe is always looking for equilibrium.
Yeah, facts.
Like how I look at rap, it's kind of like water. It molds and like shifts with the times. So like,
Totally.
like rap turned to hip hop. Now hip hop, like you said, now then turned to like all these subgenres where you got people that's kind of like doing what Trippie Redd do, like a little bit of rock and roll, but it's got rap in it. Like he's still spitting bars, but it's on rock beats.
You got hip hop,
got all
country music now, man.
Yeah, you got hip hop, country
We
music.
occupying that like crazy right now. Too.
Like so, like it's so expansive. It's like it's really like Bruce Lee or some shit. It's like
Yeah,
water.
be like
Yeah.
water, my friends.
Water.
Yeah, facts. No, facts. You got to mold to the environment. Got to mold to the times and like.
Yeah, and that's what rap has done.
Yeah.
It's turned to hip hop and it's turned to many
Well,
other things.
look where it was created from. They got rid of all the instruments in the schools of New York City. So, you know what I'm saying? The people who don't want to stop, who love music, and we love music in our culture.
Yeah.
They figure out how to go to record stores and mix jazz music
God.
and put other beats together. Remember now, it used to be like a cat up there with like 6 turntables. 12 turntables.
yeah.
There was a
Scratch.
time when that was literally like you went to the concert for that.
Yeah.
The MC was not the bill.
I was a DJ.
You went for the wheels of steel.
Yeah.
But I
That's fact.
ain't gonna lie though, like DJing and like even in my era of like I don't know if y'all remember like the LimeWire days with like iPods
yeah.
and
Oh,
stuff.
definitely.
Like
Share
everybody,
shit.
you feel me? Like everybody had their specific playlist. Like it's kind of like yours. Like people was gatekeeping back then. Like nah, you ain't got that new Wootu, right? You feel me? But I think
yeah, no, for sure.
nowadays with the streaming stuff, it's just like that's what I'm saying. They'll promote one song and then everybody be on that same Rap Caviar song. But the beauty of having like the Crate Digger days or like having your own playlist days is just like. Nah, like this is something that you make your own albums, you make your own sound, you make your own vibe.
So it's really that again with the technology.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. Most people should create their own playlist, be curators,
Yeah.
because it shows a sign of like artistic side that you could possibly do too. That's why curators run the game right now, as far as for like anything in music. Like, most artists go to the curators to put out their music. So
Nah, I'm with you. So those are the gatekeepers.
Man,
The gatekeepers,
fucking
they
with,
make
like
the vibe.
A&Rs and shit like that no more.
yeah, it's just like I was saying, artist response. As far as like my observation is like people will go to, like you know how you put out like a press release. They'll ask for like, who do you sound like? What's your like artist? It's like nigga, I sound like me, but like I always got to put down like, oh, I gotta sound like this, sound like that. But like it's because they're creating a vibe, they're creating a playlist so they can put you in it. But like you know what I'm saying, like the whole that bring that power back is just like, yeah, start saying your influences or like put people on some like different stuff as far as and put yourself in that in your own wave in your own water rather than being boxed into.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
But that's what I was saying. The beauty of it from back in the day was that's what it was. It's like, oh, like you ain't never heard that record, but everybody might have heard that record, but for a DJ to flip that, it's just like his own perspective on that.
No, totally. Totally.
Oh God.
So that's why hip hop, I believe, has had this natural, like, if you will, like a DNA that can keep evolving.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it came out of people saying, well, we don't have no instruments, but we're going to make music. And we're going to think about all they had to figure out. You know, 2 separate turntables
Oh God.
and amplification and how do they change records. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So then from that spawned so much.
Yeah.
You know, just having the music to where we at right now.
Oh God.
I ain't gonna lie, it's inspiring because, you know what I'm saying, as a new artist, we always complain about like resources and stuff. So I ain't gonna count. That's real.
That's what I'm saying.
That's respect for
That's
it.
like what I'm saying, man. Like when you think about Kool Herc or any of these people who like was pioneers in this, man, it's beyond. You know, I believe people really gods, whether they know it or not. That's my personal opinion. I ain't pressing that on nobody. Mm-hmm. So to me, that's how God would show up with some miraculous, out of this world, subtle thing that's put the world in a headlock, and yet somehow it's still here. Yeah. I remember when it was denigrated, when it was like, oh, that's just rubbish ass music, and we was like, what? They was doing that to Run DMC.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And Run DMC was a good group. They wasn't nobody talking about bitches and hoes and none of that.
They wasn't rapping about no crazy shit.
Nah, they wasn't rapping about nothing.
They was rapping about the hood, the struggles and shit.
You know,
they was
like
rapping about
that.
being fly,
and that's
wearing
the way
gold
it
chains,
is.
Adidas.
Or they was doing a little bit of preaching, but it wasn't no negative preaching. It was no different than the message. It was really what hip hop was about initially, which was telling people in the hood what was going on.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So when I say it's PG-13, it's PG-13. It ain't nothing like what we do now, what we listen to now. But they was trying to say that was bad.
Yeah. It was almost like a PSA.
Totally.
Public service announcement.
Totally.
Like, because like you think about it, like it kind of kept on leveling up, like from Run DMC, like, okay, that was they public service announcement, like Revolution and stuff like that and stuff, you know. Then you get to like West Coast taking it over with NWA. It's like fuck the police, nigga. Fuck the police.
But that's
like,
a long travel.
Yeah,
that's a long
so they're like,
travel.
man, let's let these niggas over there the East Coast know what we go through over here on the West Side. Like,
well, we had kind of like tried to get with New York for a minute, but New York was just like, nah, y'all ain't got no flavor.
Damn, for real?
Flavor. They did. They just for a long time. I still held it down for us, but they still would be like, nah, but because he was our best rapper at the time, truly.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is Friday Night KDAY. You know,
but everybody loved the West Coast movies. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the culture was heavy. At least in like my upbringing, like more culture movies from the West Coast was like.
But he talking about like the '80s though.
Yeah,
I feel like it got more heavy, like maybe like in the '90s, like with Friday and shit. The movies, like it got more heavy.
Yeah, it did in the early '90s, but that's when that all took off. It was like literally anyone who was coming out at that time was like literally perfect timing. Because you get NWA, you get Snoop, you get a lot of great people, man, like in like a certain cluster.
Yeah.
And it's like
a cluster of like 5 years.
Yeah, literally. You just have all these people who just bangers coming out. Boom, boom, boom. And it's all new.
Yeah,
Tupac.
So you ain't heard none of this before.
Yeah.
And
for the new, like, I'm trying to figure out that ladder system again, because it's like everybody has their wave of like, and it's beautiful because each region is like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
What they come with, but I guess that's not, it's not as like prominent today because everything within sound is getting mixed up. So now you got like West Coast dudes sounding like that in New York or like New York.
Yeah,
you know
totally.
what I'm saying? So it's just like I do feel that, which is
but that's that evolution again.
Yeah,
because first it's all this separatism.
Yeah,
that's a New York sound, and I always loved New York sound. They had this just really great sound where they did a lot of jazz music.
Yeah,
and they just whatever the mix, you know, the engineers on that side of the country, whatever they did with jazz music, man, they just
boom
like,
bap
man,
amazing.
Yeah, totally, boom bap is amazing.
Yeah.
So, but then a lot of people wouldn't do this on West Coast, because you feel like, nah, that's just them. Now people deciding to just make music with all of this.
Yeah,
So now you're just gonna expand again.
Yeah.
It's gonna expand again.
Yeah,
go with whatever feeling you get. Because I remember when I was first writing music, I felt apprehensive when I used to hear New York beats. Like, nah, I can't get on that. I'm a West Coast artist. Like,
correct.
Niggas gonna be looking at me like, nigga, why you rapping like you from New York on
You
that
a
motherfucker?
sellout.
But I'm like, when niggas sound right, you can't really rap like you from the West Coast, or the New York beat is not gonna sound right. I feel like, you know, like I don't know. Every time I would try to do it, like just rap like my regular voice, I'm like, nah, I gotta rap more like. Get into like a different.
You got to do some diggable planets.
Yeah, I go into like a different mode.
No, it's dope because as a person, that proves how like the versatility.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So like, that's what people need to showcase. I feel like that's dope.
Yeah, your versatility.
You know what I would do? I would look at a New York rapper whose style I kind of like and slightly mimic it. to make it fit, but still with your own bars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That way, if you feel you need that to catch the rhythm, you know, to me, there's nothing wrong with giving a shout out or
if I decide to do some drill one day, because all the New York rappers now do drill music. They don't do none of that boom bap shit no more.
I'm with you, but I'm saying if you was going to do a boom bap and you wasn't feeling like, man, how do I catch my rhythm with it? I would go listen to someone.
I always channel Biggie. That's my
Okay.
favorite New York artist.
Okay.
Always.
Yeah.
He the coldest freestyler.
He is. I ain't gonna cap.
And everybody documents it. Like, he's documented. I don't know about Jay-Z. Ain't been that many people in the room that say like, oh, Jay-Z did that one hitter quitter. Like, you know, it's been niggas saying like, oh, nah, Lil C's like, Biggie just be over there mumbling, smoking a blunt, hop in the booth and get off. With the hook, the bars, remember the hook, reiterate the hook right on time.
Ad-lib there.
He's like, nigga, ain't nobody press stop on it or nothing. He just did straight through. I'm like, I feel that shit.
That's visualizing the song right there. I ain't gonna cap.
Well, he is the music, is what he's saying in that moment.
Yeah.
That's
Nah,
that.
for sure.
That's that Bruce Lee again. That's that. That's that chi. Everything coming in.
Nah, I didn't channel that before, like sometimes in the booth, but most of the time outside the booth for some reason. It happens more like when I'm just having fun, like freestyling and ain't no recording. But sometimes, like for some reason, like when it's recording,
Maybe you get more serious.
yeah,
Nah, but I'm working on that too. We got to start documenting everything.
yeah,
Because
no, for sure.
like, it's just like, yeah, the beautiful moments of like just natural shit is just like, yeah, when we
That's what me and him do now. When we work on beats, we just press record like on one of our phones to like could freestyle and just like, cause we might say some shit that way better than what we was thinking about writing.
Or we get bars out of conversation.
Yeah,
We
for
having
sure.
just some deep conversation or some funny conversation, and a bar come out of it.
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah.
A hook.
We be like, oh, it fits this beat.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
recorded.
That's how I gotta be.
Remember, like this bar matches to this beat. Like we was conversating, thought of this bar to this beat.
Yeah, that's how I gotta be. It's just like, because we pick up on so much great moments. I feel like reality TV is like, it's not necessarily reality TV, but it's to be your own TV show, because again, like the beautiful moments come from when you're not faced with the like camera lights action. It's kind of like a fly on the wall, and it's just like, you know what, I was vibing because like like a new word I'm trying to go off of this year is audacity, and so it's like pushing myself to like
What does audacity mean? I don't want to assume.
I don't know the direct definition, but it's just being bold enough to act on like an impulse.
He gonna look it up for us.
But like, yeah, look up the direct.
We spend a lot of time looking up words, but we look up
Etymology of
etymologies of words because we like to know where they first came
Oh
from.
yeah, for Shozy. I like that.
So it's medieval Latin audacity. From medieval Latin audacitas, from audax, audacious means bold. So like you said, just plain simple, bold.
It's just bold, nice.
Yeah. It doesn't say like you can go into more.
And it's Latin.
Boldness, daring, impudence, impuritance. You know, it goes on.
No, I'm with you.
It could be presumptuous. Is a similar word to it. It could be. That's what the similar words
I
are.
feel you. Like, oh, how dare you? You have the audacity to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, like,
the audacity, like you just want to like,
How dare you?
but like it's just because it's pushing the envelope on anything. So like, that's why I love to get in the producer bag with the music, because it's like, I feel like too with the like every artist, like which is cool. It's like we get into they're pacing us to be like a quick hitter with the TikTok stuff. And jump to the nearest lily pad. But instead, like, you got to speak to, like, your inner child, your child, yourself years from now. That's what makes it classic. That's why Kendrick Good Kid, Mad City is however weeks old, because shit's still relevant today. Like you were saying, your songs from 2020, they still bump today. That's timeless. So, like, we got to get back to that type of music. So,
correct.
in order to do that, it's just, like, you got to have some type of, like, audacity. You got to do that Tom Brady to where you gonna land at X amount of years from now. So it's like you said, it's the mimic to the certain slightest for doubt. You don't have to be contemporary as of right now. Add your twang to it, and that's gonna be like, oh, that's different. And then you jump to the next lily pad.
No, definitely.
So it's just like that's one thing I'm trying to push myself on, especially with like production and like beats too. Is try to be like a little bit different or like take away something, but like.
And figure out who your audience is, because
True.
through this technology, you don't necessarily need like the way it used to work back in the day, you were looking for 30 and 40 and 50 million people. But now, not that you wouldn't want that, if you truly had like 1 million people that followed you, who truly loved what you did, it would be way more powerful than if you thought you needed 30 or 40 million people.
I hear you on that.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they love the music.
Yeah.
So everything you put out, they're like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
Please keep doing it.
Yeah.
You know, you know what I'm saying?
That's all you really need.
And that's really what you wanted to do, because you're looking for those that, you know, they on the same ship. They on board. They not even your fans. I don't even like that term. I say they're your partners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate.
Yeah.
I hate saying fans.
You know what I'm saying? They more like they your partners.
Yeah, I like
They
partners.
your
Supporters.
partners. They supporters. But, you know, I like partners because you might even do work with some of these people.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know?
And most fans, like these days too, is like we're in the same boat. It's likewise artists. I'm a fan of you, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody's an artist at the end of the day too. So it's just like, yeah, I'm necessarily fake fans too. It's just like people in the same boat.
He showed us one day on another show, fan means fanatical. So fan is short for fanatical.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. So it's like, no, I ain't looking for fans. I ain't,
Yeah.
I ain't looking for no fanatics. Don't love me like that.
No, my mama said something crazy recently. She was like, I think she just got on the gram and shit. And she was like, you got people following you that you don't follow? I was like, yeah. She was like, ooh, that means they want something.
She ain't lying. No.
Hey, but most people ain't got the audacity to say what they want or to go for it. So it's like it just be a whole lot of people, lot of looky loos. What I be seeing,
Yeah.
like
But we need them too.
yeah,
We
no, for
need
sure.
them too.
Yeah. Motivation. Yeah. Yeah.
We talk about this all the time. You even need your haters.
Yeah, all support is support.
Yeah, I'll support. In fact, when people talk about you, it's really good advertisement because bad news travels 9 times faster.
Facts.
Hell yeah.
Just do with a t-shirt on.
You know what I'm saying? I want more haters. More haters. Please talk
They
bad.
talk about the same man going to jail before they talk about him doing a turkey giveaway.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that nigga just went to jail, right? This dude.
Yeah.
He'll be at the turkey giveaway. They'll be like, you know he went to jail, right?
At his turkey giveaway.
Yeah.
Talk about yeah, totally.
People that nuts. Like, people
it's
sick. That's why I be like, man, motherfuckers is patience out here, man. It's a bad house.
It's a madhouse.
It's a bad house.
That's true.
But you got to keep loving and keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all you got time for.
Yeah.
You ain't got no time to examine nobody else.
Nah, you got time to examine yourself.
Yeah, that's
Get to
it.
know you, figure out what your purpose is, execute that.
Keep it pushing.
Yo, yeah.
Keep it pushing.
That's true.
Nah, for real. So then, okay, what's on the lineup after this song?
I got a couple songs coming out in June. Another like journal entry type song too. It's called Build Different. And that's mainly like it's like a triumphant song about like embracing your flaws in a sense. Like trying to lay down a good foundation so you can, you know what I'm saying, continue on to the journey.
Yeah, I can.
So it's mainly it's like a upbeat. I would say it's like an upbeat song, but like, yeah, I'm trying to work on elevating the journal entries to be more like a lesson learned rather than like a dwelling party. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to dwell.
Yeah.
But like I'm trying to learn how to like reflect. That's why the song's called FLEK, which is the foundation. But like reflect, but also have a building point on top of that.
Yeah, so you have a solution to it. It's not just whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
Right? Because it's like, yeah, like no one's like, it's just like, it's there's a time and a place for that. There's artists who do that too, like who can, that's the relatable point of it all. But like, I guess for me, because like again, with the artist responsibility, I was in cycles where I was not necessarily living in that like sad period, and then from rapping about it or making music about it, like it just ended up happening because I put the words out into the universe.
Yeah, totally.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
totally.
relationships and everything. I was singing about relationships that I was in a good ass relationship, and then that shit exactly what I rapped about. I was like, damn, I'm like manifesting this shit too hard.
No, for real.
Like, that
Yeah.
shit can happen.
Especially doing it as a song, how many times are you going to say it over and over and
Exactly.
over again?
Performing it, redoing it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. So that's what I'm trying to hone in on.
You know what I did feel in FLEK though? It's a certain portion, maybe about a minute 10 in. It feels like when Rocky's running up the stairs.
Nah, it does.
For real. It does.
It does.
It does. Because I looked at it. I heard it so
That's
many
crazy.
times
That's
that
crazy.
I was like, man, there's just a certain part in the song he just charging like, getting strong. longer. I don't know if you ever seen Rocky Run.
Yeah, no, that's just crazy. I gotta look at it with that perspective. Cause
Not saying that's what you was doing, but
no, that's just crazy.
yeah, because we was like, man, this is a triumphant song, man. It's really pushing the envelope. So when you're saying you're gonna do this again, but in a new way, I can feel it. I can feel it ahead of time.
Yeah. Now it was a bar there too, where you was singing. I could really relate to that bar where you was like living out fantasies with people that's taking too long, and I put my happiness in people now that's gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's deep.
Yeah.
I was like, I could relate to that bar, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Feel me? Because so I don't know. For me, you kind of how I looked at it was like you kind of be waiting to build with certain people and do certain shit, and you be like, damn, what the fuck is the hold up, bro? Like, let's get this shit rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't they see what I see?
Yeah.
And it's like hindering your own growth at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's just, and I'm trying to move more out of love too, because sometimes like that's where the spike comes in, where it's just like, man, like these ain't on my level, but it's just like, you know what, like
That's not meant for them.
Exactly. Like everybody's gonna have their time to like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like,
No, we on the same page because we wanted to work with certain friends and family members. We just knew, oh yeah, we gonna work with that person.
Yeah, because we want to see them with the money, like how the mushrooms brought us to like the consciousness of like everybody's you.
Yeah.
Like I am my cousin, I am my friend.
Yeah,
so
totally.
if I won a fucking $1 billion, why wouldn't I want to see you with the $1 billion, nigga? Let's work together
You're
and
me.
get $10 billion.
And I'm
That way
you.
you get $1 billion, I get $1 billion, he get $1 billion. We keep on building, getting more billions.
you know what I'm saying? And it's just like
Like
the potential within people, it's a dangerous because you all like always got to motivate people too, but like to see potential in people, but you can kind of see this like being stagnant or them being stagnant. It's just like
because they don't see it in themselves.
Well, you got to find out if someone's like a 5%er or 85%er.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's the math. We've studied some of the 5%er literature, and they math is real. They talk about that. Like,
So
That's true.
if people around you, whether it be friends, family, whatever, co-workers, if they more caught up in like social media, other people's lives, going out to eat all the time, partying, going on trips all the time,
that's 85%.
that's 85%.
That's 85%.
They always talking. It's cool to talk about movies and shit that's going, but they always talking about some movies or
They not into
TV show.
themselves.
They not into themselves. They ain't talking about nothing they got going on in their life. They just talking about Kim Kardashian life.
Yeah.
What Beyonce doing.
Yeah.
Beyonce just did this.
Yeah.
Jay-Z just did. Did you
living
hear
by
about
kid.
Diddy? like, you know, I be like, nigga, what about you? What you doing?
Yeah, now they living
What you
vicariously.
get up to? Like,
Yeah, no, it's true. And it's but okay, the hardest thing I wrote down 15 things that I hate to do. And like one of the top 3 is letting go though. Sometimes it's like you see that potential in somebody or like a situation or anything. It's like, damn, like no, bro, like this could work. But sometimes like that letting go, you can make room for that abundance is literally right there. As soon as you move that shit, that's
yeah, no, for sure.
damn, bro.
It was only for you.
Right?
Like, because you could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could see, and you wanted to share. So that's admirable.
Yeah. The unconditional love was there.
But if their vibration is improper, they can't go there with you.
yeah, they can't receive.
They can't walk through the gate. Like, you could walk through that same door and everything's laid out for you, and they'll walk through the same door and things start collapsing.
Nah, that's true. That's
You know.
Yeah.
So it's vibration. It's awareness. It's
What people call confusion, I call it static now. Like a static got to do with electricity and vibration. So like a lot of people be having static in their head
yeah. They not in
All the
flow.
crust.
They not in flow.
Yeah.
with all the crust. And when I say crust is like all the trauma built up, like all the like just the false mask that people wear. People be like, oh, I gotta act like this. I gotta be like this in front of this person. A lot of people ain't the same person with the same people.
That's true.
Like
Yeah, and you want to be one person. all
yeah,
the
I'm
time.
a singularity. I'm
Yeah.
me with everybody.
Yeah.
So like if I say a joke around you, I'll say the same joke around someone else. Like I ain't
Yeah,
switching
totally.
up who I am. Like either you love me or you don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Cause I don't do like I love you. I love people that I meet.
That's
You
it.
feel me? I want to see the best for you. Feel me? So like I don't deal with like. So like I tell people the same thing. You love me or you don't. Like, shit.
No, that's true. That's a hard thing to do too. Within like, especially because I'm not from here, but like being in like the network.
Oh, where you from?
I'm from the Bay Area originally.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So up north, and then I was living in Canada for a minute.
Oh God.
And
Wow.
Vancouver's still west.
How was Canada?
different and cold at the come.
That's what I'm saying. It's cold. Because the Bay
Tropical
is
people
cold.
being from out here, we tropical.
You
Well,
feel
the
me? I had
Bay
to get
is
my tan
cold.
back, bro. Like, it's like
The Bay is cold.
the
I
Bay
mean,
is gloomy. Like,
yeah.
nah, they like if you in like I lived in Santa Rosa, so it's like North Bay, and then of course like Sacramento's like a fishbowl because it's the valley, so shit gets hot up there too. It's just like the Bay's like has the gloomy kind of like cloudy area, but that was clear at least when I grew up before all this crazy weather stuff. But like it was like gloomy in the morning, sun would come out. And then like regular night shit, but now I don't know what the weather like in California. It could rain tomorrow. Type of, like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, totally. But might be the weather machines.
Right? Allegedly, right?
Yeah,
Art
you
at
know.
work and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Could be what they're spraying. Not saying.
Right.
Just
Man.
having fun.
I ain't gonna lie, man. My personal opinion, I think people that believe in like those renderings, like the little stuff that they be showing from NASA, all that shit made up to me, nigga. Like, I don't think there ain't no satellites out there in space because the firmament is an energy field that takes on any type of impact or force, so they not getting out of this motherfucker with a rocket. That rocket going too fast and too hard, it's gonna blow up. Feel me? So the only way up out of here is in the water. I already figured it out. Is everything water? Space is water, so you got to go deep, deep, deep inside. And unless they sending satellites through the water, nigga, is they sending satellites through the water? That's how, you know, like.
I don't know. They got different dimensions and shit, bro. It might be like a little microchip and like some type of weird Rubik's. I don't know, bro. That shit get deep. I ain't gonna count. I believe in like different like parallel universes and dimensions and shit too. Especially with the shit that's going on. I'm like, oh yeah, this.
The CERN collider.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, nah, this. Is
What they got cooking at CERN.
You feel me?
For real.
You know?
Colliding atoms and shit together.
Yeah,
That's doing something.
some Kentucky Fried
They
bullshit.
don't even know what it's doing.
Some Kentucky Fried bullshit. That's what they over here doing.
Thanks, man.
You know
My
what I'm
question
saying?
is like, how do you even do that? Like, they don't ever break the shit down inside these like documentaries, like or whatever they call it, like what's that shit called? Not Animal Planet, but
Like National Geographic.
yeah, National Geographic. They'll never break that shit down. Like,
Nigga, hey, I got an
they
atom.
just say, they say
hey,
we're smashing
you
atoms
want-
together. Like, nigga, how the atoms smash together?
You want to
nigga?
see my atom
I can't
smasher?
smash no atom.
Hey, you want to see my atom smasher? I'll show you two right now.
Oh, wait.
I guarantee you some atoms right in there.
Some atoms, nah, it is.
Some atoms in there somewhere.
Look at all that force.
Ah,
Change reality.
No facts and like little there's probably craziness going on.
you know, they totally. You know, so nah, man, that's part of it. That's part of it. But see, to me, that's what's fun about the Matrix now. Is that like ultimately it's all a stage.
Yeah.
Like some people would say, "Oh, this is offensive." Well, because you've been believing in it too deep.
Yeah. All this shit a prop, nigga. All this shit a prop.
Yeah, it's
Everybody
all props,
act-
man. The circus never stops.
bad.
The circus never stops. It just changes props.
For real.
Wait, can we coin that, bro?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's from some poetry I wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah. The circus never stops. It just changes props, bro.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But you gotta accept it because you only here so long to fuck with the circus.
Yeah. So figure out what your tricks is.
Yeah. And
What's your trick of the
and your-
trade?
and your purpose.
Yeah.
You know, and go do it and have fun. And God ain't mad at none of it. I know that there's somebody gonna show up and tell you that, but they're normally gonna ask for some money.
Bro, that's so true.
God loves you for $10. God can love you again for 20.
Yo, I ain't gonna cap. You know what I mean? Like, I've been trying to get to the spirituality and all that, but I ain't gonna lie. These spiritual people be running my pockets sometimes. I don't mind donating to the church, you know what I'm saying? Keep the church alive, but like these spiritual people will be like, yeah, like I see something in you. Be like, word, thank you for the blessing. Be like, yeah, okay, you got Cash App or Venmo? I was like, huh?
That's right. That's what they saw in you. They saw an oportunidad.
Like, huh? I thought we was, exchanging blessings, but damn,
He said, this is what I want you to know. He said, God created the heavens, the earth, the universe, and galaxies, but he needs $20. He needs $20.
the rip. I was like, damn.
But he made all of that, yeah, but he doesn't make money.
Right?
He created this story.
Yeah. So, man, this is all part of it. That's what we say.
Yeah.
That's what
How I
we
look
share.
at it, man.
Okay, I like that.
How I look at it, like how my mind works, looks at shit now, like the whole universe, like what they call the Big Bang Theory or whatever, was like God's like all thoughts and like thinking about you, me, everybody that's ever existed.
Right?
That was God's, like God was thinking about all this shit, how it was gonna be done, what it was all gonna look like. So that's how God already know all what you quote unquote the bad shit you gonna do. Feel me? Like, and he already accepted all that shit because you are God. So he was, I accept all this weird, crazy shit I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna have to beg for $20 sometimes because it sounds fun. I'm a supreme being. The only thing that's better than this is not having no power and getting through some shit and learning some shit without no power. Mm-hmm. Feel me?
I feel that perspective. I ain't gonna cap. It makes you like love people more too, because it's like, yeah, use your trick. It's like tricks of the trade. It's like Pokemon cards. You got like, it's
Yeah,
like,
no,
all right,
totally.
That's
Plus-
the whole point. Like the demonology is like demons run this shit, but they can't hurt God.
Yeah.
Feel me? But they can trick God to trick itself. Mm-hmm. Feel me? So like everything that people be believing in, like you tell yourself that, like, oh, people against me or whatever. Like
Yeah,
telling
you your
yourself-
enemy. The enemy's
Yeah.
within.
Yeah.
the enemy's
The
within.
enemy is within. Shit.
So once you remove those bridges and those separations within yourself, you start feeling more connected to others. You like, man, that's me. I done been through that shit too. Or if I haven't been through it, I wouldn't want to go through that. So how can I help? Instead of just giving an opinion. A lot of people just don't know how to give
Even
opinions.
if you see some stupid shit. I was other day getting my Powerball at the liquor store. It's one of my vices. And there's a guy in front of me who's talking with a lady who obviously isn't in the line because there's still 2 or 3 people behind me. And he decides to let her in the line.
Right.
And guess what? She's not even there to purchase anything. She's there to fax paperwork. So how long is this going to take at a little liquor store?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, she did the fax paper. Nero gave her cuts, and the human in me is just like, this is literally some Kentucky Fried bullshit. Why are you giving someone cuts? Who's telling you the cut police and can do any of this bullshit? Yeah. And I'm about to get in some ass. I'm just sitting there, I'm winding up.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it hit me. I said, this is me too.
Yeah.
I said, let this shit play out. And I was like, let's see what you do. And then guess what happened? The liquor store dude put the little paperwork to the side, started the faxes, and next thing you know, the line just went forward.
I feel
See?
you.
Now, if I had to mix my bullshit in there of not just relaxing into it and staying in flow,
Yeah.
I'd have delayed us.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Feeling like you gotta pop off.
Yeah.
Y'all
totally.
niggas is taking too long. What the fuck? Hurry up and get that shit.
No,
all that shit actually slows
he's
it down.
giving cuts. I'd have blew the whistle. Tech.
No, because that's people living in their audacity too. Just like,
totally.
Yeah, hey, no, for sure.
get here and do this facts. Like, I was like, you know what? I fucks with it. Like,
And no, that's what I told myself. You know what,
Heavy
man?
on
I'm gonna
candle.
chill. But I had to tell myself like, they're me, I'm them.
Hell yeah.
It was a moment. It was a moment to teach myself.
No, for sure.
And
I
then,
feel like it's a muscle too. Like, that's a hard.
it is.
It's a muscle to like wake up with that. That's what I'm saying. That
It's
intention.
It's the patience muscle. It's the
Yeah.
muscle of patience.
Yeah.
Because those moments of thinking like that, like how Michael just said, that's like being patient. That's what patience is. It's like, no, well, I don't even need to do all that. Let me just relax. 'Cause what
everything's fine.
What I really want to manifest is getting out this line fast, and the tension ain't gonna manifest that fast. Relaxation manifests whatever you want to.
Well, what happens? Time flies when you're having fun. A watched pot never boils. When you're trying to boil some water for some ramen, if you stand over it, that 2-3 minutes takes forever.
Yeah,
But if
5
you go
minutes.
walk away and look at your phone real quick, oh, my pot's boiling. You got to come back and grab it.
Facts. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's consciousness right there. Because time didn't change. It's how you felt about what was going on in
the
time.
emotions and the
Because you
thought.
was having fun, shit went by fast.
Yeah. That's the whole thing about the interaction with the variable. They be talking about like splitting the particles and stuff. Like, don't nothing exist until you view it. Feel me?
Well, yeah, that's part of the
Like, don't
whole
nothing
particle
solidify.
wave function.
Everything's moving in a wave or a particle until you look at it. Like, that's how fast the matrix is moving. Like, it's moving.
That's what choices represent. That's what
Moving light
we
speed.
figured when you make a choice.
Yeah.
Like if I had made the choice to say, "Hey man, you can't give her cuts. She faxing paperwork. We trying to get out of here."
Yeah.
See, I'd have made that choice. I'd have collapsed the wave.
Yeah, he would have added his own pattern to the variable when it already had its own wave, its own pattern that it was finna fall into.
Yeah.
And then he would have added
My comment would have collapsed the wave.
yeah.
I hear you.
And it would have turned to a new wave. Now it's a new function.
Yeah.
Totally new pattern.
It's totally new pattern.
Because he added something into the pattern.
Yeah.
Like when you don't, what we've learned is when you don't add nothing to the pattern, at least not nothing that's your variable. Only add to something like variables that you create.
Mostly with yourself.
Yeah. Feel me? So if it's a variable, you see like, dang, what the fuck is going on? don't add nothing. If it ever feels like you don't know what's going on, don't make a statement.
Shit.
Don't make no action.
Don't
just
do
watch.
shit.
Just be a witness.
Yeah.
Stand still, relax, until he's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Nah, that's
it's gonna
true.
end up better. Like, cause
The
most of the
Matrix
time,
is readjusting itself.
yeah.
Please keep your hands inside the compartment.
For real,
Get my
it's like
seatbelt
that.
on. Yeah.
For real,
Feel
the
like
Matrix
that.
is
If you don't add
readjusting
nothing,
itself.
you gonna be fine.
Yeah.
But if you add something, now you adding yourself into the mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you totally wrapped up in whatever that vortex is,
Yeah,
because that's what's
whatever
always
that
here is vortex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you on that. Cause like, yeah, I believe in that reflection thing too, where it's just like you add like the variables you're talking about. You add your perception into the world, and that might change a pattern for someone else. Like
No, for sure it does.
just for being black, it's just like I always like make a note. Like if someone's walking across, I'm gonna say hello. Rather than have them like any type of other thing, because then their perception on like whatever, they gonna carry that for, even if I never see them for the rest of their life, they gonna carry that perception for the rest of their life.
Totally.
So it's just like that change, like, oh, man, it's nice out here. You know what I'm saying? Like just from saying a hello, like simple things like that. But it's all intention based, like where it's like that's what I want to reflect.
No, totally. No, I mean, in our culture, we say reflection. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really what's happening. Everyone's a mirror to everyone. So whatever hatred or whatever you think you see in another person, that's really coming from you. You could say they're causing it, but it's really coming from you, especially if it's preemptive.
Okay.
And we talking about any type of isms. Any type of isms is normally preemptive. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's fact.
So people filter everything through that, not knowing that the filtering through the ism is what's creating the ism. The ism itself doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's like literally, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's just you believing it exists, so now you're filtering thoughts and actions of another person through it. And so it begins to take form because you only seeing part of the person.
Exactly.
So like you're making the construct mentally through the filterization. Isn't that crazy? But you've convinced yourself in your nervous system that this filtering process is what's keeping you safe.
Yeah. I'm sure that's the fight or flight.
Yeah, but I feel like that's just taught. Like I'm trying to think about like with the school system.
You know,
like,
it's conditioned.
Parents and stuff taught like
The environment.
environment. Like when you told something, it's just like if your parents like, hey, be quiet in the grocery store. It's just like, all right, and then I grew up shy and quiet. Besides, like, oh no, just say hello, like tip, wait to whatever you at. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But that can all be like, okay, for instance, in our neighborhoods, that's all possibly post-slavery. My dad was born in 25 and was giving me information. I'm born in 72. The information he was giving me wasn't valid anymore for what black men were doing in that time.
Yeah.
Because in his time, you could be a handyman or a janitor, which is almost the same thing. But you know what I'm saying? So in the time I'm coming up in, you had way more choices.
yeah.
So, but things he would tell me didn't always fit. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect towards him or criticism.
Yeah.
But I'm saying through examination, one day I realized, I said, you know what, his information's dated. Just because he was born at this different time. You know what I'm saying? And that can happen to anyone. And now it's happening even faster. You know, so.
That's true.
You know, how can I put it?
People losing more connection with each other. Like people looking for any reason to get away from each other instead of like stick it through and figure it out.
Yeah.
Like even with family, I feel like 2020 caused a lot of that, like the little pandemic shit. Because then it was a lot of family members like, I don't want to go over auntie whatever house because I might get sick. I don't want to get them sick. So like you said earlier, it becomes a subconscious thing. It was like a year or two for training everybody's subconscious to do that shit.
Yeah.
Like me and him was still traveling. I ain't give a fuck. I was eating mushrooms. I ain't get sick not once.
Hey.
God.
Oh, he's with the
Puerto
remedy
Rico.
right there.
Yeah, I feel like that was the remedy.
They got,
bro. That's the only thing that
natural
makes sense.
penicillin
Yeah.
in them. It's got natural
Me and
penicillin.
him added it up. We like, man, how the fuck we didn't I went to Puerto Rico. We went to Costa Rica with each other through the time period.
Flights was immaculate.
Oh man, it was wonderful.
Legs
We
room and
went to
everything.
Cleveland, so it was like we did a lot of shit, and like not once did we come back sick or anything. Like we give it all up to the mushrooms for sure. Like how you say, it got natural penicillin.
Yeah, it's got
in it.
natural penicillin and vitamin D too.
Yeah.
So and there's very few foods that have vitamin D. You normally got to get it from the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so that's saying a lot. you know, for it. So now we stand by with the shrooms, tried and true.
Yeah, it activates the serotonin in your brain. We just found out too, the serotonin actually, like the boosting serotonin actually like helps your bones grow denser, like harder and more stronger and stuff.
Helps your immune system. Helps you sleep better at night because the serotonin helps you make melatonin.
Yeah.
So you have the serotonin going off in the daytime, which then converts to melatonin at night, so that you can sleep soundly.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna cap. I'll get on my shroom game.
Yeah, I mean, shit, we just knew it activated new parts of the brain and connected new neurons and stuff. And, like, yeah.
It's going to be the wave. It's going to be the wave that's going to hit soon. Because we need new inventions. We need new ways of thinking.
Yeah, and the mushrooms can bring that. Because ain't no new ways of thinking because everybody got crust on them, which is like what I said earlier, is the trauma, all the abuse, whatever people... who you think you are. But
revenge, what you holding
all
on
that bullshit, like holding on to the past, grudges.
Sally broke up with me in the 9th grade, but man, you 27 now, bro. What's going on?
What's going on?
Are you still thinking about Sally, bro?
Yeah,
Like,
she done moved on. And you ain't
That is
moved
true.
on. Yeah. So it's like you gotta let go of that. The mushrooms lift the veil and help you see, like, hey man, that's not serving you anymore. It ain't been serving you for a long time.
Yeah.
You just been holding on to this shit.
Remember, the brain is just like a memory,
It's
like
memory
a
storage.
hard drive. So a lot of times you have all kinds of thoughts flash across the screen in your mind during the day. None of them relevant, really.
You know what I noticed? The more you get rid of the bullshit thoughts like that, feel me? Like revenge and all that type of shit, the more you able to remember like when you was a little kid. Cause, feel me? You only got a capacity to remember so much shit.
Yeah, a lot of your RAM, if you will. Your RAM is being like taken up with like utter bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, you got clutter. And the clutter is not bad. The clutter is actually asking for attention. So the thoughts that come up, you're like, I don't want to think about that. Bro, when you get home tonight, sit still and think about that.
And release the emotion from it.
Yeah, release it.
I feel you on that.
Shadow work.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's one thing. That's hard to like sit with though, and I've been trying to. I mean, not necessarily meditation, but just kind of taking more time for myself because, especially like artist mode, I work a job too, where it's just like I'm always on the go, and I got huge FOMO with shit too. So I be thinking like the times I spend for myself, it's just like damn, bro, I should be doing something. So like just to even take time out of yourself is like the first step what I'm trying to do, and like a healthier lifestyle.
I feel like
exercise.
that's doing something too, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And always step by step is always a win. But just and then trying to build off that healthier lifestyle. I'm starting to like cook more instead of like Uber Eats or something. Like you feel me?
Nah,
Like,
definitely.
No, it's all a journey. It's all a journey. So, and you got to give yourself space to do it.
yeah. Thank
And it's not about perfection. It's about mastery, which means little piece at a time, little piece at a time.
Because them Tyson chicken strips or popcorn chicken nuggets at the grocery store way more taste better and they less expensive than going to get some chicken strips from Jack in the Box
thanks.
or somewhere else. Like you spend so much more money on fast food. Feel me? And all that bullshit.
And it's one meal. The money you spent on that one meal, you
you
could
get
have
like 3
prepared
DiGiorno
maybe 2,
pizzas.
3. Yeah, totally. Something.
Yeah, you get like 3 of those pizzas or like the little Walmart pizza you be getting sometimes and dress it up.
Yeah.
And you got 3 of those for the price of one Pizza Hut or Domino's large pizza or some shit.
That came with convenience, and that's fine, but also someone else touched your food. How was that guy or girl feeling? No judgment, saying what if that person going through marital problems? What if they sick, but they don't want to use their sick days because they need the sick days for some other money? You get what I'm saying? So, you know,
a lot of that.
so that you got that
Think
happening.
about it, yeah.
Someone's touching your food who just, I don't even want to be here, but I have to. It's how I pay my bills. Have your sandwich. Now that's on your sandwich.
Yeah.
That's on your sandwich. Totally, because energy's transferred through your hands, your eyes, all of that.
Nigga eating, I don't want to be here.
Totally.
Now you don't want to be there after eating that sandwich. I'm ready to go. I ain't trying to stay for no dessert.
Yeah, totally.
All of a sudden, nigga want to leave.
Everywhere.
Right.
He get home and want to leave. He get to the next spot, he want to leave. You know, not knowing where to. Not knowing
shit
where
out that sandwich with
yeah,
it.
totally. He don't
Shit
know
out
where the
that-
energy came from.
Right. It's like
So I believe this happening all the time.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
Hey, but I want to share something with y'all. I had a thought the other day. I was thinking about like, you know, everyone's trying to create like, what do you call it? Like infinite energy machines. I look at that type of stuff on shorts.
Oh, yeah.
And so,
Shit a lot,
I
especially
wonder,
in movies and stuff.
well, I wonder though if the Matrix doesn't gather energy from like noises and stuff that's given off.
Oh, it does.
Because
for
everything's got energy in it. Just
No, for
like
sure.
just us talking right now. A finger snap, anything has energy in
That's
it.
the kinetic energy. That's
Like,
what
could
they
it
call
all be
kinetic.
recycled?
Oh yeah, it's always being recycled. That's why I feel like the planet it runs off all that shit.
Like, in other words, people don't even know the sounds and things that are created might seem like they're for your amusement or enjoyment, but they're actually fueling. Like, it's being recycled into some type of perpetual energy machine. That's the word I was looking for. Perpetual.
Well, this place wouldn't be nothing without us here to view it. It got to be some type of consciousness.
Yeah, you need
Anywhere.
consciousness. You need an observer for
All
all
this
of
shit
this
would
to
just
work.
be a wave. It'd just be a waving move of light.
Like frequency waves, like
Yeah,
No,
because everything is moving at a light wave. Like you moving at a light. What's making it seem like we solid is that we all vibrating at this particular frequency, and gravity is pulling us down.
You got to look
So
at
gravity slows down light to come down to a particular speed to where we can view it with our consciousness. And it looks like you solid. That's why, like on mushrooms, I might look like my face is morphing, but that's how I look all the time.
yeah.
It just
That's what you would look
quote,
like
unquote,
through a
sober.
Lorenz film. If you were to view something like a person or even like this stuff on the desk,
Right.
if you viewed that through
y'all
what's called
kind of
a
look like some type of pixelation.
yeah, it's more like a
Right,
blur.
yeah.
But then your brain does this
Solid-
thing where it brings it all into scope of what we see right now in front of us.
I hear you.
So it's two ways to see the wave pattern. You can see it in a Lorenz pattern, which is just pure like radio waves and things of that nature. And then it's what the ocular nerve stuff do to bring us into vision like we see each other now.
Yeah.
You know. So but those two things are always happening at the same time.
Yeah, that's tight as hell. I ain't gonna cap.
So
And you really seeing shit in reverse, because our eyes, like how they make cameras, bro, is like they base it off how our eyes work.
Yeah.
So like with a camera, it basically views something upside down.
and flips it around.
Flips it around. So that's what our eyes are doing.
Yeah.
Is viewing everything upside down in reverse. But by the time it hits our optics and it gets to our brain and shit in the processes, everything looks right side up and how we seeing it.
So these, but these new, that's the trickery of it all. Because iPhone cameras and stuff, they getting a little too good with that stuff. It's like, dang, like VR, if they making it like real life, and that's a pixelated form within a pixelated form, that shit is nuts.
Yeah, man, that's the Russian dial syndrome.
That's
They're gonna send you into the metaverse, and then once you're in the metaverse, you're gonna go into the metaverse.
No,
It'll be like,
But guess what? I'm gonna tell you I met her first.
he said bar. Hold on, he hit the ball. I was a bar on that.
That's two for the day.
Right.
two for the
I
day.
was a bar. Yeah, no, I fucks with it. I like that's why I'm more keen to like sound waves too, cause like with the even with the performance, like how you carry out your sound, or like even in the animal kingdom, like roars from lions and stuff. Like that
Correct.
shit goes for that's just more powerful than the look of a lion. Like, damn, that lion's scary until it roars. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the sound vibrations have a lot more powerful. Like the meek shall inherit the earth. So like blind people, they don't have the same, you know what I'm saying, the same vision as us sometimes. But they can hear the world, and that's what I'm saying. Like to vision the world through sound is like that shit would be crazy.
Gotta just close our eyes more.
Oh yeah,
You know, you conserve more energy too when you close your eyes. Like, feel me? Just if you having a
70%
conversation-
of your body's electricity is conserved when you close your eyes. So right now, the whole reason we get tired in the day is because you're taking in all of this
reality.
sensory.
All the sensory. You looking at everything, seeing shit.
So if you close your eyes, your resources, your electrical resources go back inward
Yeah.
for repair.
It's just like a phone. Like this backlight takes up 70% of your phone.
right.
So it's the same that your eyes is like the backlight on the phone.
See, that's
Yeah.
that's insane. Okay.
But hey, this has just been the exploration. This is what we've been trying to explore, and that way you can have a better time here. You know, not in terms of like a good time, like people think of partying, but more so you productive.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a blessing because it's like, dang, like,
So
Maybe
then it
it's
tells
a
you close
vehicle.
your eyes more.
yeah, it's a vehicle.
You know, no, totally. So see, you know.
Yeah, no,
So
totally.
you know. That's important to know. See, most people think they are the body. Even though they go to all kinds of churches and mosques that tell you you're going to return to heaven or whatever you believe in. people still believe they're the body. There's no way to believe in both things.
Yeah.
You
Two
know.
consciousness can't exist in the vessel.
Yeah. So if you are going to some type of spiritual place after this, then you're not the body, and that's just it. You can't believe in I am the
You're
body.
the energy
But
functioning.
then you're going to leave it
body.
and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because the body's not going to follow you.
Yeah. This is the
You
temple.
know.
This is the
No,
vehicle, man.
totally. It's a vehicle. So most people haven't moved into that state, though, that I talk to. They're still really like, oh, you still believe you're the body. I'm not mad at you. I get it. You know, so you got to evolve into it. Because once you know you're not the body, then you can deal with the body differently. You can deal with its urges and its needs differently. Before, you thought every urge the body had was your urge.
Yeah.
But now that you know the consciousness that tells the body what to do, you can now be like, are we really hungry? For real. And if we are, what are we really hungry for?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
for sure.
You know, you really want some Fruit Loops?
Yeah.
You know?
That's the discipline aspect though, because sometimes it's like,
Well, I believe we moved away from discipline. Because when I found like discipline and willpower, they preached that a lot of books.
We say consistent.
Well, what happens is with maybe not discipline as much, but I'll say willpower. A lot of people talk about willpower.
yeah.
You can stretch it out like a rubber band where it don't pop no more, or you can stretch it so far that it pops. And that's what happens. Because it's really you getting the body to do things under constraint. Like, get up and work out. Get up, eat the right foods.
You gotta go with the flow.
Yeah, you got
Like,
to.
this is great for me. Like, this is great for my body. Like, I'm grateful. Like you said, I'm grateful to get up to go work out today. Instead of saying, I got to go work out. I got to go to the job. Be grateful to go to the job.
Yeah. Like, in other words, work is actually pleasure because it's work that brings you all the productive things that you want.
Yeah.
But most people see work as terrible. Even if you're
Hassle.
still working a job while you're working on your passion on the side, all of it is great. All of it is good. It's all part of the adventure. But people, they selectively say what's good, which means that when they do have to go to the, if you will, normal 9 to 5, they make that somehow like, this is just so terrible. But that's part of your life too. You making a part of your life terrible.
Yeah, don't do that.
There's no way to separate you from the job while you're there.
Yeah.
So,
No, fact.
But how
I mean,
demonology has taught us to separate everything.
Yeah.
Division.
Yeah.
Feel me? So this part of my life, my day was boo-boo, but this part of it was good. Like, no, you're alive. It was all good.
it was all good.
You missing a lesson in what you think was bad. There was a lesson in that part of your day.
Be present too.
Yeah, because if you felt like something was painful or hurtful, there's really a lesson in it. Because the pain is to wake you up and bring you into the present moment.
Yeah.
To teach you something.
Yeah.
All the pleasure does is just make you feel good. You don't really learn nothing from pleasure, but how to feel good.
I know that, and learning that too, like especially with the definition you just said, it's like if you really feel like that place is like, say you're at your job and you really don't like it, and like it's paying attention to that urge to figure out why you're still there, or like what do you need to do to get up out of there that you're not like that you're avoiding.
Correct.
Like some of the avoidance. So it's just like you can sit with that. Like I feel like people can still like not hate where they be at, but it's just like you can be like, dang, like this don't feel right, and like it's just like, but a man of action is just like, or woman action, whatever you are, it's just like you gotta have a plan to be like, all right,
If you don't like it, then
Start making
how
moves.
soon can I get up out of here? If you say it's not enough money, what else can I do? Do I keep that and get something else, or do I just move into something else that pays me more power? You got choices. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
But you might be stuck in analysis paralysis
Yeah.
if those choices is based on like more like fear motivation, hate motivation. Like, I hate this job. Whereas if you like, you know what, this job is supporting me, why would I hate it?
Totally.
You know, like this.
You don't wanna
this
hate where the
don't
money
hate
coming
it.
from.
Be like, you know what? It's not sustaining me to the level I believe I deserve.
yeah,
But I am going to be grateful that it is allowing me to do this, this, and this. Now, examine on paper what it is doing for you, and then examine what else needs to be done.
Yeah.
And then now
pros and cons.
now you'll know what the new gig needs to be, or if there needs to be something on the side, you're gonna keep that one and do something. And all of it is just the math,
On me.
you know. And then once you're able to get that math under control, you'll be able to get greater math under control. But those need to happen first,
yeah,
you know. And then you'll feel better about yourself.
yeah. That's why people got to be like for them or by themselves just for a minute, because like that validation point. If you're in a relationship, you got someone nagging about you, you don't make that much money, or like why we ain't going here. It's like I have a plan, like I'm working this out, like going through your flow. I feel like a validation point is the reason why people feel the anxiety of like that hate factor. Because I studied that too. Of like
next time, tell her to take you. Say take us. Say that's where you want to go. Take us. Say take us. Say I'm not saying I don't want to take you. I'm saying I can't take you right now.
Right now, exactly. You feel me?
But if this is important to you, then I believe you should get us there.
Yeah, and you want me to go get us?
Yeah, get us there. But if it's not important enough for that, then it's really not that important. And then can we wait? Can we wait 3 months? Can we wait 6 months and do it as a treat?
Patience.
Let me finish this project up because we know how it works because we working on projects. We got a bunch of stuff cooking. So you have to take your financial resources and your time resources and split them up accurately.
Yeah, for sure.
That's thrillers right there.
Yeah, for real. And it don't always work either. Yeah. We feel like, we have all kinds of stuff happen.
Trying it.
Just all kinds of stuff happen because that's what life is about. And then you got to go back and retool again.
But that's the fun part. But people don't like, I don't know, they
get
see
mad
that
at
as
it.
despair. It's like,
Yeah.
they
be like, no.
It's like, nah, I just figured out.
I believe that we've adopted this thing of perfection.
Yeah.
And we want everything to just go like each time you get to the corner, you want the light to turn green.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Just green lights, green lights, green lights, green. But that would be boring.
But it would. But people think that's what it's supposed to be when you on the path of righteousness or whatever. Like you treating people nice. Like like that's why I made like a diagram for that shit to show people like man, that's not how it worked. Like you can go on the diagram. Remember those diagrams they used to make with like the number lines and they got 0 in the middle of the line.
Yeah.
Then you got the positive numbers going to the right, negative numbers going to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I look at like that negative path and then like that's the positive path, right?
Right.
So like when you walking on a positive path, say you run into like a 5 or a 3, then you still walk on a positive path, but you're gonna encounter something that's odd. That's an odd number.
Right.
On the positive path, you might meet an odd person, encounter an odd situation. So how you gonna deal with that?
Right.
Feel me? You don't want to add nothing odd to the variable. It's already odd. It's like sometimes the best thing to do is nothing.
Yeah.
Like don't add no comments. Silence be the best weapon sometimes. I learned to just go silent on people sometimes. Like, no way, I ain't even. What I really want to say, it might rock the boat too much.
Yeah, true.
Feel me? So I just let them get off whatever they got to get off, whether it be yelling or just their emotions, and I just be okay. How you feel now?
Yeah, I carry a glove around and slap people.
I challenge you to a duel.
I challenge you to a duel.
No, that's lit. I love that.
There we go.
I love that. Yeah, everything's reaction based. It's like this is working on reactions. It's because that's trauma based too. It's just reactions.
No, it's all
Man, I was telling them that last night. I was like, I'm noticing more people is doing less interacting and more reacting. And what we all supposed to be doing is interacting with each other, like interaction.
Yeah.
Feel me? Not react. Everybody
well,
just,
cooperation.
what the fuck you say to me, nigga?
Yeah,
Why the fuck you wear no shoes, nigga?
But part of that's because we're trained in competition. Sports is really big in our culture.
Oh yeah.
So because we in the sports, we used to competing with each other instead of cooperating. And so everything has like its pocket.
Yeah.
So I'm not, don't get me wrong, I love sports too. So I'm not saying get rid of sports, but I'm saying it's become more balanced with understanding in this situation we shouldn't have competition. In this one we should. You understand? I don't believe people are differentiating that. Like I think they're just all the time competition. And it's like, like the church couldn't stay together if the church was in competition. You get what I'm saying? So no different. You'll see fire stations play football against the police station or another fire station because they don't really play. They don't have that competition within each other.
Yeah.
That way they stay cohesive. You get what I'm saying? They keep cooperation going on. I don't know if people necessarily understand that. And I'm not saying that it's been done to anyone under the guise of evil. I'm saying that just within our culture, because we love sports and we compete, we might be so competitive that we're not looking at how to work with each other. You get what I'm saying? Like it might be an undertow, like a little subversive thing that's going on consciously that we haven't examined.
It's like a conditioning of having too many buttons, having things that bother you.
Yeah.
So that's why like people can't connect with each other because like what they do over there, that shit, I ain't taking that shit. Well, it's only some shit to take if you telling yourself it's some shit to take.
Yeah.
Everything is in your mind.
If you said it was good, it'd be some shit to get.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
That's
I
the
like
shit
that
I
energy.
want.
Like, yeah, like, you feel me? Like, just, oh no, everything's based off perspective though, and like how you choosing to intake that shit. Like, feel me?
That's what creates your heaven or hell down
Yeah,
here.
down here, truly.
Yeah,
It's how you intaking like all these situations. Like, feel me? Like,
Because you'll hear some words someone says to you depending on where your nervous system is at. Because that's also what we've been studying is the link between trauma in our neighborhoods directly to our nervous systems recording this. So through generation after generation,
yeah, that shit gets recorded
yeah.
in DNA.
And so the mothers have
why we
babies
suggest the
that are
mushrooms.
born already
Yeah.
in nervous system tension.
And that shit come from slavery.
Yeah, and the mother don't even know it. In other words, it just feels normal. Like, in other words, you could feel bad so long that you don't
Feels
know what
good.
good feels like.
It's comfort in the struggle.
Yeah, totally. So you feel like, oh, it's just a Monday, but really, this could be a Monday.
Yeah, no, for sure.
but it can't be a Monday like that. You know, it potentially it can be, but the way the nervous system works is that if it's on high alert, and most of us ebanoid people on high alert, first of all, for other ebanoid people, imagine that.
Yeah.
Survival mode is crazy.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get out that for
So
years.
you understand? So if you look at people who look at you and you immediately like, I wonder if he's gonna get me or I gotta get him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Not even in that. It's just survival mode is all about reflection, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if you feel like you don't have anything and there's a resource, you feel like you have to fight about it. It's just like it's
All of
anything,
that.
but
No,
like
no,
you're
it's-
fighting with yourself at the end of the day.
No, totally.
It's
No.
just like it's a hard mode to get out of because then you start like nickel and diming yourself, like not feeding yourself. So now you gotta like take something from someone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's survival mode. I've been trying to get out that for years, as far as not on like hot stuff, but just mainly just to like I said, take time for yourself rather than like giving and thinking like like
What do
like,
they
I'm
lose?
save for this.
They're loops. That's what we discovered. Like the survival mode, and it's not that many of them. It might be 5 loops that keep you in survival mode.
Yeah.
And then you have another loop that deals with how you deal with food and nutrition. You might have 5 or 6 loops that.
Oh God.
Yeah, for real.
Because I ordered some sea moss, some burdock root, and some moringa leaf powder, bro. And it took me like a whole 2 months to finally use that shit. Like, because I had to tell my subconscious, like, every morning I got up to work, I'm like, bro, you got 10 minutes for yourself to self-love yourself, boil yourself a pot of tea, put that shit in the cup and drink it.
Right.
Because it's good for your health. Like,
That's what I'm saying about the
you
discipline
gotta
part.
drink the sea moss, but like, it's all about like, if you wasn't ever doing it, that's like, which you can call it discipline, but we call it willpower. Or,
Well,
Because the hardest part is starting. Once you start, you get in that flow state.
this
but
is-
you
yeah,
gotta
no, it
really
is the
take
hardest
yourself.
part. It started.
but this is what
Took me
he
2
discovered.
months.
This is what he discovered because we talked about this. Was that what he mentioned first was self-love. Because see, self-love will automatically bring in, if you will, the discipline or the
Yeah, you
consistency.
gotta tell yourself this is part of loving myself. If you don't tell yourself like that, that's part of like loving on yourself, and it's good for you, then you ain't gonna do
What's
it.
the motivation?
Yeah.
Like, in other words, if you know you're not the body,
Yeah,
and the body would rather eat a cheeseburger with fries,
Yeah.
because it knows you're not it either. It knows one day it's going to die. You're not going to die. It's going to die. So it's trying to get in as much pleasure as it can. Now, people who have never probably dealt with this before. The reason your body doesn't cooperate is because it is an entity unto itself. And therefore, it's trying to do what's most fun and pleasurable before it goes
it
back
should-
to the dust.
it should be like right in front of people's eyes, because it's like shit. You don't think about making your blood pump. You don't think about breathing. You don't think about blinking. You just do all this shit. and
But
that's
most time
subconscious.
people might not have the time to think about it. They might not create that space. Same way you had to give yourself the space to take the tea.
Yeah, not totally. I
They
did.
might not have given themselves the space to actually say, you know what, what's going on here? What are my thoughts? Why
Y'all
is it
set
I,
the space and time.
you
y'all.
know?
Now you got
Space and
curls
time.
right
You know.
there.
And that's self-
Why is it I say I'm not going to eat the cookie and then 5 minutes later it's a cookie in my hand? What happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
Who made that choice?
Who made that choice? You understand how did it, like, Gurdjieff would say you have many eyes in you, because you had the one eye that said I'm not going to eat the cookie, and then you had an eye that has to carry through that plan.
Yeah.
If they not in agreement, that's why you end up with the cookie bag.
Yeah.
You know,
That's what I'm saying. I think it's a personality trait. Like sometimes you got it. Sometimes it comes from a, hey, look, nah, today we ain't eating a damn cookie. Like, sit.
well, that's you. That's the what did he call it? The observer.
Well, you can see.
The observer is the real, the you who can observe all this shit going on. That's the real
And then
you.
you can really follow through. That's the real you. But if like you pick up the cookie and you end up biting the cookie, and you don't know how you still eating the cookie, then that's a demon. That's some other shit. Like
That's some
your
sleep.
ego.
That's some sleep
Yeah,
state.
no, that's-
That's
that's
some
you
sleep
sleep.
state.
You sleep.
Because you went to sleep in that moment between saying I'm not to now I'm doing it.
Indecisiveness.
Nah, we telling you it's a sleep state. Like most people are in a state of walking sleep. They don't necessarily know
And
it.
it's another entity latched onto their ego, manipulating their decisions. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then since you can't see the entity, you can't see the demon in somebody.
Right.
Feel me? You just think that's them doing some crazy dumb shit to you or to somebody else.
That's facts. Actually.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And then you talk to their parents or something like that's totally out of Jimmy's character. Jimmy wasn't grow up like that or nothing. Like,
Yeah,
so what the fuck happened to Jimmy to get him to this point?
So a scientific person would say this is ego.
Yeah.
A spiritual person would say it's demons. We present
But
both.
I think it's both. Like
You get what I'm saying
It
that
manipulates
way?
you through the ego because the ego and the God, they're just programmings. Feel me? The left and right side of the brain is programming.
Right.
Feel me? So it manipulates the selfish part of the brain. Feel me? Not the selfless, the selfish. Like, feel me?
Right.
And that's your logical side. Like your logical side always gonna tell you like what's to do best for me. Feel me? Unless you infuse your brains together and you got perfect brain balance, then you start making decisions that's like unified and feel me? I scratch your back, you scratch my back. You start creating
looking
win-win.
win-win situations.
Yeah, you start creating win-win situations where you like, nah, I'm gonna make sure they get theirs and I get mine. Cause feel me, they are me. I'm them. Feel me?
No, totally. So, but we know this is an in-depth examination. It's not difficult. It's just the point of observing yourself, not just immediately thinking whatever you think or feel you should do.
Yeah.
Or it's valid. Like first saying, well, if I do that, what's that really going to affect?
Yeah. No.
You know, like does it expand the situation or does it cut it short?
Yeah.
And a lot of things that we started understanding, we started studying thermodynamics, the laws of thermodynamics. And what we discovered was that you had entropy and neg entropy. And entropy is like the nature of a system to fall apart and collapse. And neg entropy is the nature of a system to reorder itself and expand, go forward. So what we started saying was, well, how can we use this in daily life? So we started looking at when you have that thing happen with a friend, a relative, a coworker, and you feel like, you know what, I'm going to tell them off and that's the end and cut them off. Well, that's entropy.
Yeah, that's entropy.
That's entropy.
That's adding something negative to the variable, to the wave.
And you're helping it fall apart. You're saying I'm going to, at least they're not necessarily saying it. I'm not saying they didn't do what they did. I'm saying that you're adding into it that I can't take this. I'm sick of this.
This
I'm
is the
cutting the
end.
relationship off.
I'm cutting the relationship off.
This is entropy for you. So it might not be entropy for them, but it's definitely entropy for you because you're making a choice on this.
Yeah.
But now if you decide to look at that same situation and say, you know, I didn't like that shit. I know I saw what I saw, but you know what? Let me just focus in on me. Let me instead of even taking energy over that way, let me focus in on what I'm really was trying to do. What was I doing before I got pulled over and that allowed myself to get pulled over? Take responsibility. And then next thing you know, you reorder everything, decide to forgive them. Forgive them doesn't mean you got to kick it. It just means you don't want that energy left open where you still keep having the thoughts, the negative thoughts, because none of those are good. They're not good for you as the thinker. Then I think the Buddha said when you think negative thoughts about someone, it's like you drinking poison and thinking it's hurting them.
Yeah.
So
Sure. That's really,
so
really hurting you.
it's really hurting you. So this is why it's so important to control your thoughts, control your emotions, because in this now you begin to get really more insight into yourself. And then now you can steer away from these things. And then like in the case of you being an artist, this gives you way more powerful, makes you way more powerful. Because now all your energy is directed into what you want to do. We've also noticed that since we started practicing this, like what they call the law of attraction, we're starting to see more of it happen.
Yeah.
innately. Like we're starting to get invited on other people's shows. Like we didn't even know this person, and someone calls, "Hey, we want you to come on our podcast." Sure, we'd love to do it. You come on ours too. You know, so we've been seeing just natural expansion happening, just through constantly making thought decisions that's based on expansion.
Yeah,
and not
it becomes normal.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, everything you touch, everything you do is expanding.
Yeah.
Feel me? That's all you doing now. You condition your brain to look for expansion and everything. Well, how can I expand on that in a positive way? Feel me? Versus like how we've been conditioned is with entropy, where people be like, touch some shit and it fall apart, going to chaos. And people, why does everything I do go wrong? We're like, well, shit, you going at it the wrong way.
And you're not looking at it as opportunities. Like when something negative happens, it's really not negative.
It's a lesson.
It's really a lesson, and it's opportunity in it if you'll take the lesson first. Like if you'll sit down and examine, and say, you know what, how did I end up in this shit? Not Fred got me. Nah, that's some bullshit. Don't come. We all grown. When did you say yes? That's what we need to get to.
Exactly.
Where exactly did you say yes? Because once you say yes, that's your signature. That's signing up for the contract or whatever that shit was.
Yeah.
Once you figure that out, then you can find out the lesson. Now that you know the lesson, you can actually say, well, how can I turn this around?
Yeah.
And then you'll find out that it was really a blessing.
Yep.
Because the way the universe works is it's always doing things to assist you. It's just we don't necessarily get the signal right.
Yeah, no, totally.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's true. It's a mind state. That
with
you
no
got.
awareness,
Totally.
With no awareness, you feel like shit is happening to you instead of for you.
For real.
But once you got the crust off of you, you have like a higher awareness, what people call a higher frequency.
Yeah.
You see even like the odd things that you encounter is like, oh man, I'm glad this shit happened.
Yeah.
Like I don't know necessarily what the lesson in it yet, but this is like it's a learning moment. Feel me?
You can go through your stages of grief, I guess. It's just you gotta bounce back.
Yeah.
Well, grief is a natural process. It's totally fine to grieve. It's just that you don't want to get stuck on it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You should always have a plan of when the grieving should stop. And if you're dealing with it properly, you know, I'm not saying you could be like 6 months from now I'll be done grieving, but I'm saying you would want to say, what do I want to do in this next 6 months? If I'm going to give myself 6 months to grieve, you need to give yourself more. You can. No one can tell you, oh, bro, get over it. No one can tell you that. But in terms of, is your grieving process like elevating you? Can you see over time that you're coming up out of it, or is it? You know,
Are you spiraling?
Are you spiraling down? Are you going downward deeper into it? And only you can be the examiner of that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
And the spiral only go down.
yeah.
You ain't never see nobody spiral up.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, with that being said, man, you got any final shout outs to give, Snow?
Yeah, please
Man.
do.
I mean, shout out to y'all for this is lovely to be on here, man.
Oh, thank
Chop it
you.
up.
No, thank you for real,
Pleasure having you, man.
for sure.
Thanks,
Glad having me.
We
You gotta
don't-
come through again.
we don't have a
promote
show
some more
without you.
music.
Big facts, big facts.
No, for real, we don't have a show without you or any of our other guests. Thank you, for real.
No, that's real. And then any other shout outs? I mean, I don't cat, my mom. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to mom. Shout out to
You know what I'm
mom.
saying? Got to. So, but yeah, no, just excited. Hope everybody, you know what I'm saying, conquer the year. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they got it,
Happy-
man.
you know what I'm saying?
Everybody got
You
it.
know.
If they
Love
working
to
like me, you, and him, we got it on lockdown.
Hey, even those who not, man, they count too. They got it. They doing what they do. We need them too.
Yeah, no, I love to see, you know what I'm saying, everybody doing their thing. So that's the main thing that keeps me going too. It's just like, oh hell yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's a happy feeling around. So
Definitely.
With that being said, peace and love, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And you already know.
This is Mike L. Peace and love. And remember, you saw it first on Featured.
Let's go. I'm blowing chronic smoke in the wind. Going places you've never been, accumulating dividends. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your attention and your subscriptions. If you have a business or a service you would like to promote, or if you don't have one, you just want to come on the show and talk and be a guest on Featured, please DM us at featured_guests on Instagram. We look forward to hearing from you and seeing you. Peace and love.